Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist HVF Forecast here, and welcome back to the double upload day, guys. Unfortunately, I'm going back to school tomorrow, so I won't be able to post double uploads until Saturday comes back. So that kind of sucks, guys. But yeah, we are going to be doing a double upload today. And today's video, this video is actually going to be a bit different compared to the one earlier today. We're going to be focusing on severe weather, guys, and it is looking extremely bad right now. We're actually going to have a lot of strong storms for many areas in the west, the plains, and the Ohio Valley. Within the next 3 days, we can have multiple tornado threats, hail threats, and wind threats, guys. It's looking like some pretty nasty storms. We're going to have some pretty nasty storms here. Be sure to subscribe, guys. Let's try to get to 1,450 subscribers, guys. We need one more. So if you're that one person who just clicks that button, that'll be incredibly awesome, guys. And yeah, let's try to get to 1,500 by the end of the month. And I'm going to be doing a shout out for 2,000 subscribers, but I'm not taking names yet. I'll let you guys know when I am. But again, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the video, please leave a like. And that lets me know that you want more videos like these. And also be free to share the channel to any friends, family, or friends that you think will enjoy the channel and help me get to 1,500. So guys, if you guys want to know if you get affected by severe weather or if there's a huge chance for tornado in your area, that'll come right up. Alright guys, so we're going to be looking at the National Weather Service right now. So as you can tell, we do have some areas right here for Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and Nebraska. These are the areas where we can actually see some severe weather. We have severe thunderstorm watches in effect for Montana and for Wyoming, Colorado, and Nebraska in this kind of pinkish somewhat color there, pink and brown somewhat. And then we do have in the very bright orange color right here. In these colors we have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for this orange color. So if you have severe thunderstorm warnings right now, you can expect extremely strong storms right now. We can have multiple cells in these storms, and they can bring in huge tornado threats. Begin to have some wall cloud formations there. That's not what you don't really want to see, wall cloud formations. That's not too good. And then we also have flash flood watches in effect for these areas, because we're gonna have a lot of rainfall in these areas for the next couple days. And we're going to have not only severe weather but also some heavy downpours for these areas, and we can actually have a lot more rain here too. And then we also do have some red flag warnings in effect for Wyoming, and we also do have a excessive heat watches in effect for these areas in Missouri and Arizona and Southern California. We still do have these multiple heat advisories in the orange, and then in this bright pink color we do have this bright purple color or pink, bright pink. We do have a excessive heat warning, so that's where you can expect extremely warm temperatures. After we looked at that, we are going to be looking, guys, at day one. As you can tell, we have a pretty big threat for some severe weather right now, guys, up to an enhanced risk. And as you can tell, it's not really in multiple areas right now. It's going to be for tomorrow. Right now, today's will just be more into the plains or the west part of the country there. So if you're in the marginal, that's in the dark green. So that's in effect for 13 million people. So that's actually for Denver, Colorado, for Kansas, Missouri, Kansas City, Omaha, Nebraska, Colorado Springs, and St. Louis. So that's what we have there in the marginal. So in the marginal, you don't really have to deal with some tornado threats or hail threats. You're just going to expect some very heavy downpours and some very strong storms now. And then for the yellow color, that's a slight chance. That's the second level of severe weather. That's for about 2 million people. That's for Lincoln, Nebraska, for Billings, Montana, Greeley, Colorado, Rapid City, South Dakota, and Cheyenne, Wyoming. So that's where we can actually see some areas that can expect a bit more severe weather than the marginal. And now for the worst of the severe weather today, we're going to have two areas that haven't enhanced. We're going to have this area, Montana, and then these areas in the plains. This is exactly the areas where we can expect the worst of the severe weather today. So you can have bigger threats for tornado, wind, and hail. This is for only about 363,000 people. The only areas in this is like towns. So we only have Lexington, Nebraska Hastings, Nebraska, Grand Island, Nebraska, Kearney, Nebraska, and Lewiston, Montana. Now that we looked at that, we're going to be looking at tornado threat. Tornado threat isn't too high. We only have a 5% chance for these areas. For Denver, Colorado, they have a 5% chance there. And then also for Colorado Springs, let me actually have to refresh for a second. And then we also have for Morgan, Spearfish, South Dakota, in these areas for a 5% chance. The wind threat is actually pretty high too. We have up to a 30% chance here for Grand Island, Nebraska, Hastings, Nebraska, Lexington, Nebraska, and Lewiston, Montana. And the hail threat isn't incredibly high either. It's only about a 15% chance for Billings, Montana, Greeley, Colorado, Rapid City, South Dakota, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Bozeman, Montana. Now we're going to be looking at tomorrow. Tomorrow we do have these storms moving east now. And tomorrow we have multiple areas. We have the New England areas, we have the Northern Plains, and we have the Ozarks. So we have a lot of areas in the marginal risk, and these storms will be moving east extremely fast, and these can bring some very strong storms for many areas. So in the marginal, we do have a population of 29 million. That's for Chicago, Columbus, Ohio, Kansas City, Wichita, and St. Louis. So some pretty big cities out there in the marginal. And the slight chance, that's for about 7 million people for Indianapolis, Indiana, Joliet, Illinois, Davenport, Iowa, Bloomington, Indiana, and Muncie, Indiana too. Now for the enhanced, that's for exactly, we can have the worst storms tomorrow, based on right now, and that's for about a million and 500,000 people there. We have Springfield, Illinois, Peoria, Illinois, Decatur, Illinois, Champaign, Illinois, and Bloomington, Illinois. We can still expect very strong storms for those areas too. And now these storms continue to move eastward. Now we have multiple areas in the marginal. We have 3 regions. We actually have about 4 regions in the marginal. We have a population of 51 million people. We have New York City, Memphis, Charlotte, North Carolina, Nashville, and Virginia Beach. Now for the slight chance, we have 25 million people for Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Lexington, Fayette, Kentucky, and Richmond, Virginia. So these are the next 3 days. Now we're going to be looking at these regions and the radar here. So as you can tell, we will be seeing some very strong storms heading there for parts of central Montana. We have some more storms out here that can bring in some flooding issues for Oregon and Washington. As we continue through over the night, we'll have multiple storms out here for Colorado, for Wyoming, and for Montana that can bring in multiple threats here. We're going to have multiple bands that are moving eastward very rapidly. Look at this. Western Montana tonight will have extremely strong storms at 1,004 millibars here. That will move up to the north for northern North Dakota there. It's actually going to be pretty strong for Montana and North Dakota. Don't usually see those type of strong storms at this time of year in August. And then we're going to have a couple of high pressure systems, but won't cause too much damage here because we're not going to have too much overheating like in the Ring of Fire area. And then we are going to have some very strong storms though for Denver with some low pressure systems out there. This goes all the way again. After today, we won't really have a huge amount of threats for severe weather. Really, it's mostly really today, but it only goes about the next 3 days on the radar. Now we're going to be looking at the plain. This is actually where we see a lot more action. Tonight we'll have, again, these storms moving in for Nebraska, Kansas City, and Jefferson City. So we're going to have multiple areas again with this worse and severe weather today. These storms or those storms will start to go away as we go into tomorrow. Though tomorrow's going to be the worst day for tomorrow. The worst day of severe weather for the plains. We're going to have very strong storms again from Wyoming, from Colorado, and from Montana that will be moving this way to bring in multiple threats for multiple areas in the plains and Midwest. These storms will start to intensify as they go on. As we go on to the tomorrow around midday, tomorrow we'll have extremely strong storms moving through Jefferson City, St. Louis, Lincoln, Nebraska will have extremely strong storms, and then we can have flooding issues for North Dakota. It's going to be more of a Nebraska, really severe weather. North Dakota could have some severe weather, but it should be mostly some moderate rain. And then it will start to calm down a little bit as we go overnight on Monday. And when you wake up on Tuesday, we'll have incredibly strong storms for the Ohio Valley there. So basically, overnight they calm down, and as day comes, they get a lot worse. This will go for parts of more Chicago, Aurora, Illinois, Jefferson City, and then also for Toledo, Ohio, and Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, or Indiana, sorry. And then this is going to go right through Indianapolis here, right through Aurora, Illinois. Then goes for parts of Cleveland, Ohio. Can have incredibly strong storms, guys. Again, this is going to be multiple days. It's going to go straight through Cincinnati, Ohio. Going to go through parts of Pittsburgh, and it's going to bring a lot of rain issues for the Northeast. And then the following hours, continuing to have some more severe weather out here for the Southeast, and some scattered rain showers out here for Wisconsin and Minnesota. And then again, we will have another high pressure system bringing in some warmer temperature for the plains, as we have the overday heating, especially on the 14th. We'll have incredibly warm temperatures again. That's going to be where we have the warmest temperature with this heat wave. The Northeast won't really have severe weather tomorrow. Won't have severe weather today. Tomorrow you can expect some rain showers, some very, very small bands from Maine in the New England area. It's going to be more of a Tuesday. So on Tuesday we'll start to have the rain come in. It'll bring in some early rain showers for New York and for Burlington, Vermont early on, and then that's when we have those very strong storms for Fort Wayne. Bern, Indiana can expect some very strong storms. This will bring in incredibly heavy rain for Erie, Pennsylvania, Albany, New York, College Town, Pennsylvania can expect some very strong storms. We're going to have Charleston, West Virginia, Lexington, Fayette, Kentucky. They will all expect very strong storms. It's going to be heading to the east, and as it goes into the east, it will start to weaken by severe weather standards. It will still bring in very, very heavy rain, but by severe weather standards, it does calm down a little bit. Boston, Massachusetts, and Providence will be getting some strong storms as we go into the 13th later on to the day. Philadelphia can actually have very strong storms there, and these storms will start to head towards southern for parts of New York City there, and it'll start to move away. But again, we will have this high pressure system with heating here to bring in some heavy rain for northern Tennessee, and some more bands to possibly head towards the northeast there. So guys, I hope you guys like this severe weather outlook. I know it's very quick. I just wanted to get it to the point here, and hope you guys are stay safe, and I'll be doing some more severe weather outlooks tomorrow on the severe weather. Hope you guys enjoy your day, and bye.